Good evening, everyone. It is truly great to be here tonight with all of you. This is really one of the true highlights of my year for the past 3 years now. Being here, standing in front of the room, being with all of the scholars and all of the scholars' loved ones and family members and supporters, being with our great partner CUNY. And anytime I have a chance to be with Jay, it's always a good evening. So I mean it sincerely. This is a great opportunity for me to stand in front of you. I wanted to just, I guess, make a comment because Etienne, who spoke a few minutes ago on behalf of Councilmember Jackson, mentioned that the council member couldn't be here tonight because he was dealing with other pressing issues. And I know for him to not be here, it's because he's doing really important work out in the community. He is a huge supporter of education. He's a huge supporter of NYCHA. And anytime he has an opportunity to celebrate successes like this one, he takes the chance to be engaged and to be involved and to celebrate them. But Etienne mentioned that there was obviously an unfortunate incident at Grant Houses over the weekend where a young woman, one of our finest, was murdered. And I have actually prepared remarks, but I'm actually going to not use them tonight. And Etienne really reminded me that, not that I needed reminding, particularly about this incident, because it seems like all too often we can find the negative in things. But I also noticed that on the program, that one of our very own tonight hails from Grant Houses. So I don't know if you want to stand up and be recognized. But I wanted to point that out because we can focus obviously on something that's very tragic that's happened in our community, or we can focus on the fantastic things that are going on in our community. And although it's no consolation, obviously, and doesn't in any way bring comfort to that family who lost, a loved one and someone who was in the early stages of doing great things in their lives, that we would have been, we're proud of her to what she accomplished to this date in her life, but she was clearly going on to do great things. We got William Dean here tonight from Grant Houses, who's doing great things. And I think it's very important that, we not just focus on the tragedies, but we also celebrate the successes. And so although I know Councilmember Jackson couldn't be here, he would love to be here to celebrate these successes. But at times we also need to make sure we're comforting those who are in pain. And we also need to make sure that we're there to let people know that it's not in vain, that their sacrifice was made, and that it's our job as leaders to make sure that we have more William Deans and less tragedies like the one over the weekend. So I want to start there, but I also want to say that whether it's, and I know Tashelle mentioned Tiana Lee and or Miguel Acosta. When I read your stories, and they're short stories, obviously, and they're only a small snippet into your lives and into the contributions you've already made and the struggles that you've overcome to be sitting in this chair tonight. But when I read about Miguel, who served his country, right? He's seen things that, none of us have actually, many in this room may have served. I didn't serve in the armed services, and I'm always highly appreciative and thankful that we have people who are willing to take that call to duty and to support and ensure our freedoms. And to see what he's been able to accomplish as a dad, as a family man, as someone who represents his country, and now as a scholar, and giving his time back to his fellow students who need tutoring. It speaks volumes about what NYCHA is all about. It speaks volumes what community is all about. It speaks volumes what CUNY is all about, which is to ensure that we're providing opportunity to people who not only deserve it, but who have demonstrated time and time again that they care about their communities. They're going to take the opportunities they've been given to give back and to make our city and our nation much stronger. And so when I stand here tonight, I'm really proud and I'm touched and I'm moved that, there's so much quality in our city and in public housing. And, we have a lot to be proud of. We have a lot to celebrate. And for me tonight is very special. We've been doing this now for a long time in partnership with CUNY, but we can only get it done because we have other partners. In addition to Councilmember Jackson, Councilmember Letitia James has also been a big supporter of this program and has contributed significant dollars to ensure that the scholarships are real. And we're not just saying in words that we want you to succeed and we want to support you, but we actually in kind and indeed are putting our money where our mouth is. And we have so many other private sector supporters who believe in what we're doing. But at the end of the day, organizations like NYCHA are supported because people believe in public housing. They believe that families need quality, safe, affordable housing, that without stability in your household, and I'm sure Tiana represents this, if you don't have a place to live, it's almost impossible to think about, education, achieving great things in a career, and providing and giving back to your community when you're in an unstable situation yourself. We have to redouble our efforts and recognize that although there may be challenges in public housing, there may be challenges in many of our communities, that we need to reinvest in them, not tear them down, not dismantle them, not say that somehow we failed at something that is a very important charge of all of us, which is to care about each other and to ensure that people have safe communities to grow up in. And so I just want to tell each of you, I'm incredibly proud of you. It motivates me. It's what gets me up in the morning. Jay mentioned that I came from the private sector. I can't think of a single day in 20 years of my job, in my career, I feel like I feel tonight. So congratulations and thanks for all you do.